So, you want to know what you're doing wrong with the Mozambique? Well, I'm here to show you. I'll be explaining the best strategy possible to get the most out of this weapon. So, most people are doing it completely wrong. I see players doing this. Actually, this is what you should be doing.
Thanks.
Alright, that's it guys. I hope you liked my epic in-depth Mozambique guide. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, feed your Mozambiques to the Moye, and steal your siblings' phone so that you can subscribe there too. Cheerio! Okay, just kidding. Here's my real Mozambique guide. So, right away, let's admit it, it's not the best weapon. Actually, it's the worst. This guide isn't going to make you turn your head the second your loving teammate pings that there is, in fact, a Mozambique here.
I can use that.
But many people are suggesting that it's best to just use your fist if you're unfortunate to find a Mozambique. I'd argue that this is not the case. Let's take a look at the Mozambique stats. It has 3 pellets, and each pellet does 15 damage. Headshots do up to 22 damage. This means a full body shot will do 45 damage, and a headshot can do up to 66. I see clips of people only doing 15 damage with this thing, so there's something not quite right there. So before we go any further, as soon as you find anything besides the Mozambique, it immediately makes sense to drop it and pick something else up. But in those frantic moments at the start of the game, you may have to use it against another player. This guide is to help you win those fights, because let's face it, there are times where they will happen to all of us. First, let's look at the spread. As you can see, the spread is effectively the same when you crouch, stand or strafe. However, if you hip fire, it's considerably worse than if you aim down sight. So, to get that maximum damage potential, you need to ADS. Even still, the spread is awkward and each shot is too far apart at longer distances. This means you really need to get up close and personal. However, then we run into another problem. The movement speed whilst aiming down sight isn't great. So what I suggest is to aim in hipfire, then quickly zoom in, shoot, then repeat. That way you can strafe to make yourself a harder target to hit and consistently land 45 to 66 damage hits on your targets. That's right, 45 damage with a Mozambique. It's incredible, I know. Because the reload time is so small, you can also just quickly hide behind any wall or object to reload, so the magazine size isn't really much of an issue. So this turns the Mozambique from a trash tier weapon to a slightly less trash tier weapon. It's actually quite easy to use this thing to shred through 100 to 150 damage in a very quick time frame. As long as you can practice that hipfire to aim down sight transition, you should be good. I think that it's best not to have any sights on it so that it has better ADS speed. So to summarize, 1. Get as close as possible, 2. Strafe in hipfire, 3. ADS to quickly shoot to get the spread reduction, 4. Leave ADS and line up your next shot, 5. ADS and shoot, then repeat. So that pretty much wraps up my guide on how to use the Mozambique correctly. I hope that these tips will help you to win more early game fights, and hopefully you won't be so afraid to pick one up in the future. If you've watched this far, I have just one question for you. Besides the Mozambique and P2020, which weapon can you absolutely not stand in Apex Legends? Let me know. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio! Mozambiques are the most underrepresented weapons in Apex Legends. It's time we stand up and provide them with a voice. It's time to stop the neglect and abuse. Spread the word and ping every Mozambique you see to let your teammates know that they cannot get away with their blatant mistreatment.